Hi, my name is Aryan. Today I'm going to be talking about Diwali. Diwali is one of the famous festival in Hinduism we have, and then the reason we celebrate it is because we had our god Lord Rama, and he went on a 14-year strike from Ayodhya, which is his kingdom, and then he went with his wife and his brother. He lived in the jungle for 14 years, and he ended up fighting many obstacles, he killing one of the biggest pundits because he kidnapped his wife, and he had a crazy victory. So that event is called Dashera, and right after, like 3-4 weeks after, is called Diwali. Diwali is basically when Lord Rama comes back after his 14 years of Vanvas, which is basically strike. He comes back to Ayodhya to surprise his mom about how he left all the fame. He lived in the jungle. He took care of like his business. He knows what other people feel like as villagers living in, you know, poverty. And he experienced it. He lived through 14 years, and he understands people's pain in order to be the king of Ayodhya. So this basically, so we basically celebrated because he had a crazy 14 years. He comes back for a victory. So Diwali is actually celebrated all over the India, and Punjabi, Sikhs, South Indians, Sri Lanka, everyone celebrates it. Even though Sri Lanka is a whole different country, they still celebrate it. But in our version, I feel like ours is like the main version because it's like that's what it basically represents in the whole India. Like many, many other ethnic like groups, they have their own thing. Like we have Christmas, like America culture, we have like Thanksgiving where people get together. I think Diwali is one of the things where Indians get together, and when we celebrate, we pray, we give each other gifts, we wear new clothes. Like we everyone wears new clothes, everyone's happy, we're having family get together, we're like praying, and then we're eating good food. And then this day we only eat vegetarian for the whole day. So in India, there's various types of religions. So we also have Sikhs, and Sikhs are basically they're part of Diwali. They still call it Diwali. They still do the same prayers and stuff. But the only difference is they call it Banda Tuj, but it's also called Diwali in their thing. And Banda Tuj is where his Banda Bahadur is one of the like main Sikhs. And Banda Bahadur Singh Ji, he his things were captured, and they were being tortured, and he released them and then brought them back to Punjab from the Mughal Empire, where it's basically the Muslim Empire. And then that's why they celebrate it, and they we do these things called divas. Divas is like a wooden made out of dirt stuff, and we put ghee in it, and we put little cotton strings, and then we light it up, and that's how we basically pay. But the main reason why it connects to this course is I feel like every culture or like every ethnic group, they have their own festival once in a year where they celebrate their family get together, and it's one of the main parts that they like to acknowledge in their life, that they that's why they're part of the ethnic group, and that's what they represent. I feel like Diwali is one of the main things that we represent. Like I represent myself in a society like where we celebrate Diwali. Sikhs celebrate Diwali, South Indians, North Indian, West Indians, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, we all celebrate Diwali. And this is like one concept where we all get together and we pray the same God, and we pray the same thing, and we do fireworks. We all follow each other, like same culture, same prayers, same everything. So basically everything is same, it's just like different ways of processing the information. But we it's like literally exact the same thing. So Diwali is actually on November 12th, so we're actually going to be celebrating it. Everyone's going to go to Gurdwara. It's our temple where we pray, we eat, and we do fireworks. But it's also we celebrate at home where we do our own prayers. And then but I feel like the only difference is like South Indians, they do it like crazy big where they invite everyone over. For us, we kind of like keep it individual where we only bring our family over, not like outsiders. uh And the only reason is that because, we, like, in America, it's a different culture than India. You know everyone, so everyone just gets together like automatically, and we connect with each other. Over here it's kind of different. Like, some people don't really understand why we do it, and some people also think it's crazy, but like, I feel like everyone has their own thing, and I feel like no matter what, everyone's gonna like feel crazy about something that will other people do. So that's why it's like a different culture that we proceed in this, like, in America. The one of the main reasons we celebrate Diwali, and it's important to me because Diwali, when I was a kid, every time I would wake up, I'll see my grandma. Well, my parents are putting up lights around the house like Christmas. We're buying sweets. We're talking to each other. The family's over. We're doing all tika. So it's all different types of like aspects that come together to form us Indians, like, as we form each other, like we're not separated, like, Muslim. Everyone is together as part of India, and we show it that this is our ethnic group and this is what we represent ourselves in society. And this is like one of the main ones that, like, we get together basically. And also, I feel like different ethnic groups, they all have their own thing, but it's like sometimes like people don't really represent themselves because they're like, when I was younger, I was shy when I would go to school and I have tika and I have this thing mall. But it's like it's all different. But as you grow up, I feel like people find it more interesting because you're more unique in the society. uh but it's basically the same thing, but it's just like some people don't acknowledge it as much now on. But like many people, I feel like no matter how, like, the food brings everyone together, there's just like some aspect of this festival that brings everyone together. Some people might be into fireworks, some people might be into puja, people might be into food, some people might be in, prayer, some people might be in the concept. So the concept actually sits big in this festival because there's a lot of characters, and then there's a lot of different stories, but it's the same procedure that everyone uses to, like, to get together. And this is like one of the main things as us Indians that we like to share. And then, all for us in my family, we give out actually sweet boxes that had jalebi, gulab jamun, burfi to neighbors to show, like, oh, you know what, you, like, if you guys are Muslim, you, for Eid, you guys share food. Like, for us, Diwali, this isn't one of our main things, and that's why we share food and we share love, to let everyone know that there's something that we represent in the society as an Indian. And then this is like our main, like, this is one of our main thing that we represent ourselves. And this really connects us to our ethnicity and our culture, that we really like to, like, show the world and how we are, and like in this today's society. And that will be all it. Thank you.